the whole ideology of decentralization and privacy is kind of gone. It's been taken over by this whole world of venture capitalists and fucking governments being involved and blocking the in and outflow through exchanges and with regulatory issues and all that stuff. So the whole reason for whole crypto to come into existence from an anarchistic point of view is just completely gone. And so if you actually look at the epicenter of crypto, basically, that should be privacy for sure. And privacy, as the whole world is getting more digitalized and all that stuff, privacy is going to become much more valuable than we think. Because literally the new currency right now is data. It's already the new currency. That's why fucking tech companies and all that stuff are just betting so big on data. That's all people just invest in right now in the big world. It's all about data.
Yeah.
Why do you think, for example, Elon Musk has started that fucking this company called Starlink, literally throwing satellites into space where we could, connect to faster internet? You think he really wants to provide us with fast internet? You think that's really what he wants? Because that is not the case. He just wants data. So he's going to be the world provider for internet.
Yeah,
and all
they
that
should be
stuff.
the only person with be fucked.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna have a monopoly on that stuff, and just imagine, right? Because that's one thing. He will have information on all our searches and all trends and all that stuff, right? So that's one. Number two is he already has data on the movement of people because he owns Tesla, which is one of the largest car brands in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
And so the amount of data that he has, like he knows what's coming up, he knows what's going on. And as we enter the stage of AI, right, artificial intelligence, and just the whole concept of digitalization, you should just realize that data is literally everything. And so have that in mind. Our privacy is, nobody's going to have privacy. You can literally Google Facebook your neighbors right now, right? So we don't realize how powerful privacy is. And it's going to be a very important thing in the future, I think. So that's why I think personally is that there are privacy coins out there that are basically in the stage where Bitcoin was in 2010. That's basically my methodology around this. And you also should realize that wherever there's a white market, there's also a black market in a sense, right? And not to sound racist in that sense, but it's true. So capital always moves, and believe it or not, you guys probably believe it already because it's been everywhere. But for example, the Panama Papers and stuff, right? Very big legit parties have interest in moving money under the table. It's just the way it is. So big companies don't want to show their liquidity, or at least 100% of their liquidity. So what needs to be there in order to maintain this ideology? There must be privacy. So that's why privacy is going to be a very big fucking thing. And with whole crypto being an open book because it's a blockchain, you can see transactions. Even big parties, even governments will have an incentive on transferring money, without anyone being able to track it. So that's why I'm very fucking sure privacy is going to be a very, very large thing. It's going to become super valuable. So we might be too early in that trend right now, right? Because if I look at the Zcash chart, for example, it looks really cool. But I think privacy coins in general are at play right now, because the play right now is so this cycle is just the institutional cycle. You just see DeFi fucking exploding, so much money getting into that stuff. And so I think privacy is going to be a cycle by itself. It's going to pump this cycle, but this is the year that it's going to absolutely flourish. But it's really something to keep in track, to watch, to monitor. Basically, the idea of privacy tokens is that there's this technology behind it. So okay, let's start from the bottom. So what Bitcoin is, it's a blockchain, right? So it is basically an open ledger. You could literally see every transaction because that is what the blockchain is. It's all blocks stacked on each other, and each block represents a transaction or more transactions, right?
Yeah.
So so it's an open ledger. You can literally see every transaction because that's what's built. Like the reason that, for example, if you would have one Bitcoin in your wallet, the reason for it being there is because there have been countless of transactions previously that led you to have that one BTC in your wallet. So it's all transactions and it's all open. You can literally just type in someone's transaction or BTC address, and you can see their balance, for example.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where in 2013, for example, in the news they would say it's criminal money, it's private, and all that stuff. That was fucking bullshit because Bitcoin is really a fucking open book. It's not private at all. So the privacy coins have a specific set of technology, and each privacy coin is a little bit different because you have Monero, you have Zcash, you have Thor chain, for example. They all have their different ways of um, basically making it private. And saying making it private basically means that you cannot see how much Zcash or how much Monero or how much tokens you're holding. So, for example, in Zcash, there's this thing called shielded, and that means that you're shielding your coins. So people are not able to see that balance or not able to see the transactions you're making. And that's what's being meant with privacy coin, that you just can't see the transaction flow of liquidity. And that's what makes it powerful. I think that is something that's going to be very, very huge because drug money, for example, if fiat money, right, if the world is becoming paperless, to which we actually are heading towards, do you really think criminals and big parties want all their money to be an open book? I don't fucking think so. The dark world is probably, I don't know exact numbers, but it for sure is 30% of the money that is circulating, I think. And if it's not 30%, let's say it's 10%. That still is a lot of fucking money, and it's not 10%. It's much more than that. So privacy is something really to keep your eye on.